G'day everyone, it's Lachlan here from the Kookaburra Bat Cave. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at our bat preparation kit and help you get your new cricket bat match ready. We'll take you through the oiling process, the knocking in process, and applying a protective face, as well as applying a secondary grip if that's your preference. This bat preparation kit includes everything you need to get your new bat match ready. We've got raw linseed oil and a cloth, a combination bat mallet and grip cone, and two different types of facing, web tape facing and clear Extra-Tech facing. The first step in preparing your new cricket bat is the oiling. We use raw linseed oil to seal the natural moisture content of the timber inside to prevent it from drying out and becoming brittle. The areas that we want to oil are the face and the edges, the rear of the bat and the toe if a toe guard isn't applied, but we want to stay away from the splice joint and the shoulders as it can cause damage to the bat over time. To start, remove the lid and the safety cap from the oil and apply a small amount to the face of the bat about the size of a 10-cent piece. Now you're ready to spread that over the face of the bat with your fingers. Over the years, I've found it easier to apply the oil with your fingers, as when you're using a cloth, the cloth absorbs too much of the oil and you don't get enough on the willow. We also want to apply a small amount of oil to the rear and the toe of the bat if the bat doesn't have a toe guard. So apply slightly less than you would on the face, just because there's more stickers. We've supplied this cloth more so for cleanup purposes, so if you get any oil on the bat stickers, just use it to wipe it away and make sure they're looking nice and new still. Once you've applied the first coat of linseed oil, you need to lie the bat down horizontally with the face up for 24 hours to allow the oil to penetrate the pores of the willow. After 24 hours, you can apply a second coat, which we recommend as the perfect amount. If we oil too much, we can over-oil the bat, causing the willow to become soft and more prone to damage. After you've applied 2 coats of linseed oil to your bat, you can leave the bat for 24 to 48 hours just to dry out a little bit so that there's no oil on the surface. Now we're ready to move on to the knocking in process. The reason we knock in cricket bats is because English willow is a naturally soft timber and we want to create a harder outer layer to withstand the impact of a cricket ball. To knock in the face and the toe of your cricket bat, you want to make a straight on impact with the mallet, but being sure to start off nice and soft at the toe and gradually increasing the impact. With the edges, we want to start off much softer as they're a bit more fragile, with more of a glancing blow from an angle away from the edge of the bat, replicating a ball hitting it. In regards to the duration of the knocking in process, this will vary from one bat to another as each individual piece of willow has different natural properties. I would recommend roughly 1 hour on each edge, maybe a few hours on the toe being one of the more vulnerable areas, and then the rest through the middle. And this process will also help loosen up the handle and help you get a feel for the ping and the performance of the bat. Once you've finished the knocking in process, you can now move on to adding a protective facing. Some people may choose to use their bat with a natural finish, just the willow, but nowadays it's very common practice to apply either a clear facing or a web tape facing. We recommend applying either of these protective facings to your cricket bat to reduce the likelihood of any surface cracking or damage throughout use, particularly in the early stages of the cricket bat's life. To apply the protective facing, line it up so that there's no overhang over the toe, keeping the backing on at this stage, and then remove the backing starting from the toe, stick the toe on, and then slowly remove the backing up the bat. Try and remove any bubbles from the face before wrapping the Extra-Tech over each edge. Before you head out to the middle, you may choose to change the grip or add a second one on. The bonus part of this kit is we've added the bat cone to the mallet, and we'll show you how to apply a grip to the bat. We want to start by applying it upside down to the cone. and then start to roll it back up to the top of the cone until it comes off, and then flipping it back over and applying that excess back onto the cone, and then start to roll it down and keep rolling all the way down till you get to the metal cap. Now that the grip is rolled up at the bottom of the cone, place the cone over the end of the handle and then roll down the grip so it rolls onto the handle. You can now remove the cone. Now continue rolling the grip down to the bottom of the handle. Once you've rolled the grip down to the shoulders of the bat, you can roll it back up. The final part of the bat preparation process is the playing in. Using a good quality old cricket ball, take your bat down to the nets and hit some catches and throwdowns to see how well the knocking in process has been done. If you notice any indentations or seam marks, you'll need to return to the knocking in process to further harden the face of the bat. If there is no indentations, then you're ready to start facing bowlers and take your bat into a match. Using the Kookaburra bat preparation kit, we've oiled, knocked in and played in your new cricket bat, and it's now ready to take out in the middle. Good luck, and we hope you score plenty of runs.